tagline you probably saw, modeling vulnerability, and that sounds really, I don't know, hard, difficult. Sometimes we want to make sure that our kids are doing what we say and not what we do, but sometimes there's that gap, right? So there's always that gap between what we're saying and what we're doing, and it's not because we don't intend to do well, right? So we always intend to do something. We have the desire to do something powerful, to do something great and strong, but our actions don't always line up. Sometimes we screw up, sometimes we mess up. But what does that look like in instruction? How do we model that vulnerability in instruction? So what that looks like is, as we've talked about modeling writing before, but as your students are writing, right next to them, right with them. And this is about modeling what to do when you make a mistake. So really often we make mistakes when we're doing our work. So we will sometimes just not write the right thing. We might have to revise what we're saying. We might not like what we say. We might cross it out and do something different. We might spell things incorrect. I struggle with spelling all the time, right? And so we work on all of these things, but it's important for us to model that and to be vulnerable with our children, for them to see us make mistakes. I don't want to just present something, a piece of writing that's final and complete and perfect, because you know what? That's not the way life works. Life works where we make mistakes and we've got to fix them and we've got to correct them. So take the time to make those mistakes and correct them. Don't be afraid. Be very conscious and competent and comfortable to be able to say, yeah, we make mistakes in our writing. We make mistakes in the way that we do things, but we fix it. We go back and we take care of it, right? Because it's not that we're making mistakes that I want the children to avoid. I want them to have the grit, the fortitude, the structure to go back and fix it. So remember to model that vulnerability and saying, I'm open. Here's my mistakes, but let's fix them. All right, students, welcome. We are experiencing the hashtag kids right now, so I hope you are into it. I hope you've been writing. I hope you've been doing something really cool. Today we've got something really exciting. We're going to work on something called persuasion. So persuasion is the opportunity to try to persuade or to get somebody to do something that you want them to do, which, you know what, I bet you there's something that you want that adult in your house to do right now. So we're going to write a persuasive piece to try to get them to jump on board and get on board with you. Couple of forms of persuasion that you probably see all the time. You probably see those advertisements, right? You see those the TV ads for all sorts of things that want you to buy Coke or McDonald's, and so they do all these fun and funny things. Maybe Chick-fil-A, right? So they do all these funny things to try to get you engaged and excited about wanting to buy their product that you might not necessarily want to. So take a few minutes and kind of think about some advertisements. I'm going to give an example. So think about the Eat More Chicken advertisement, right? So what they're trying to do is give you the perspective of the cow, right? We all are thinking Chick-fil-A already, right? So they're trying to give you the perspective of the cow that wants you to eat more chicken so that they don't get eaten, which is silly. It's funny, right? But it's logical. It makes sense. So the things that we want to do when we're writing something to persuade somebody else is we want to include things that make sense and also give information that helps people come onto our side or convinces them into what we're going to do. So here's what you're going to write about today. Today you're going to write, let me have a party for. I want you to try in your best and most intelligent, thoughtful way to write something with 3 reasons on why you should have a party for something at your house. So we're all hanging out together. We've got a lot going on, but maybe it's time to pause and have some of that cake. Maybe have some of that ice cream. Maybe have some of those cookies. Maybe have yourself a little party. Maybe a dance party. I don't know. I think we might do a camping party. Don't tell my children, but I think we might do some camping inside this weekend. So that might be fun. So think of 3 reasons, right? So think of something logical. Think of something that makes sense. Write down those 3 reasons. Jot them down. 1, 2, and 3. Or draw a picture. Think of 3 reasons, talk it out with the adult next to you, right? Think of those 3 reasons, draw out a picture, and then you're going to put it all together in a letter to your parent or your adult that's with you, and you're going to write them a letter to try to convince them to throw you a sweet action party. All right, ready, set, write.